Hello and welcome back to Chelsea News here on Football Therapy. What's going on, friends? Welcome back. I put the shirt back on. I'm doing the handheld mic. I'm doing this annoying, cheesy stand-up comedian. I'm doing the stadium announcer slash commentator. I'm doing Emily Ratajkowski. Circle back to the comedian bit. No, not so lucky for that last part. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I do hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. And yeah, man, welcome back to Chelsea News. Daily videos here on the channel. You're all welcome. Huaguan. Is the camera straight? That's the question. I think that's better. By the way, many of you liked the handheld mic, and I do too. I feel like I can really, wail and belt out songs. I know not all of you like that. But more importantly, and primarily talk about Chelsea Football Club. And I'm using this microphone. No one will really give a so-and-so, but it's an SM57. Story time. Many of you know I did my degree in music production and got lots of studio equipment from when I used to produce music. This is an SM57, which is good for recording drums and guitar amps. So I've ordered a Sennheiser new vocal amp because my last one I had a really good... I won't bore you. Anyway, welcome back. We're going to talk about Chelsea. I'm going to do a bit more of this format. Holding microphones. Anyway, how are you doing? Good? I hope so. Today we're speaking about the transfer. Here we go, double from Borussia Dortmund, from Romano, or the Athletic have done a piece on it as well. Disasi for 30 million quid. That would be nice. And Villa, Villa, apparently asking for Nkunku as well. The paths are crossing between Nkunku and Jackson, which interests me because they are very different players. Bayern Munich, Aston Villa, I don't know what Newcastle are doing. They're having their own personal existential crisis with their one-to-way striker Alexander Isak. But apparently, we've still got time in the transfer window, and I think we're pretty rosy now. We made plenty of sales, but there is a bomb squad. And many of you guys might have seen that picture of the tiny little, presumably youth dressing room with Disasi put on his social media, deep into the slides. It's like a few slides in on his Instagram. I think it's him sitting there. I think you can actually see Raheem Sterling at the back looking at his phone. Bless him. But don't look at that. Look at this lovely shirt. Oh, baby. It is different gravy granules, mate, this, isn't it? I haven't got a name on the back. And yeah, I didn't get the Club World Cup badge. I probably will get a kit with it, but I just like the simplicity of it as it is. And we all know we're champions of the world. Do you know what I mean? So let's get into it. Firstly, let's just a quick reminder. Thank you to all of you who's been supporting the content lately. I'm very grateful. It's dope. So thank you for that. Thank you for liking and subscribing. We are on the road to 200k. So if you like it, let me know, man, and subscribe. And if you do hit the bell, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. All right. So let's just quickly begin. There is an exclusive from Fabrizio Romano. This did come out yesterday in the dead of the night. Actually, it was 9:29 p.m., which for me is the dead of the night as I get older. Exclusive, Aston Villa make contact for Christopher Nkunku as an option for the final week of the transfer window. Bayern and Leipzig are both keen, and now Aston Villa have also been informed on the conditions. Villa also have Nico Jackson, brackets, many clubs are keen, and Asensio on the list. Oh yeah, they had Asensio on loan, didn't they? That'll be interesting. Yeah, look, I don't want to go early here, and I don't want to put the farm on saying these things will definitely happen, but it does feel a little bit like, as the deadline draws near and people start getting a little bit more twitchy, you'll see people just press the Jackson and Nkunku button. Do you know what I mean? And just be like, sod it, bring him in, bring in Jackson, bring in Nkunku, which is interesting. They are very different profiles. They are, like Jackson, they're both runners in terms of they like to run and occupy space and run channels. They are both technically gifted. They are. Jackson is. So there is that, man. And, but they are still different, aren't they? especially in Kunku, I don't think should be operating centrally at the tip of an attack, where Jackson, of course, can. Very interesting for you to see who ends up where. It does feel like just sort of like throwing, what would be the metaphor or analogy here, when you throw a bunch of things up and just see where they land. That one. Let's move on. So, what's the next? Axel Disasi. Can I just say, like, he's obviously got to go, but I am not a hater of Disasi. In fact, I appreciate him. I think he's good crack. He's a funny guy. He's one of the boys. He's a big, strong defender. I think he genuinely loved playing for Chelsea, which always makes it a bit more sad. Like, Renato Vega is like, cheers for the transfer. Thanks for platforming me. I'm out of here. Do you know what I mean? But I think Disasi genuinely was like, yeah, and we had a cool French contingent, do you know what I mean? There was it was Disasi, Wes Fofana, Malo Gusto, Christopher Nkunku, Leslie Ugochukwu, and I know he's Belgian, but Romeo Lavia, French speaker. You know, we had like a little like group of the guys, and they were really fun, and he had that amazing performance away at the Etihad. Remember? It was like not an all-timer, but certainly the highlight of his Chelsea career. He did the sort of fan dive with the Chelsea fans at, was it Selhurst Park? It was against Crystal Palace. And he put in a few big performances. Look, he is a centre-back. We played him rather peculiarly at right-back. And not only is he a centre-back, he's a certain profile of centre-back that, let's be fair, isn't Maresca's vibe. Totally fine. But he's not like... I know he got the nickname Disaster and had some bad performances, but I think that was largely, not entirely, but somewhat imposed on him from being misused. I'm not being a Disasi apologist, let's keep him, but I think he could be a good Premier League operator. Yeah, so Chelsea-News says, Chelsea are hopeful of a £30 million cashback on Disasi, which is a lot of... dinero, mate. Do you know what I mean? 3 Premier League teams are chasing him, though. And if we know things about Premier League teams they have a lot of money. So 30 million quid for I think he's got caps for France, presumably. Certainly not being picked at the moment. But for a good operator in Disasi, I'll say positionally versatile, but I've seen him play right back for Chelsea and Villa, and I don't think he deserves... I don't think he deserves that title, personally. But he's a good Prem operator. Of course, we've already just recently sold Renny Vega to Villarreal. Very interesting, Vega. Villarreal in the Champions League. I mean, he was like, yeah, Chelsea, thank you. 6 months off to Juventus, and then let's go to Atletico. But Villarreal. Maybe if he just got his head down, he could have been an important rotational option at Chelsea, but he would have been playing in a different position. So it's moot point. Anyway, Disasi, mate, to Chelsea have apparently already looking for 30 million quid, which of course, sorry, just to finish on this, what's 30 million quid in euros? Everyone likes doing euros. I'm going to say 36 million euros, which is just, we paid a little bit more for him, so it'd probably be getting the book money back. The book value is trending in football finances. Chelsea have hit 250 million in terms of sales now, and it looks like we'll go further. We will get, guys, if we do sell Jackson and Nkunku, I reckon we'll get close on, and Disasi as well, and others, or other sales are available. I reckon we'll get close to 350 euros, over 300 million pounds, which is, serious money. Incredible sales. Champions of sales. You'll never sing that. Lol. Yeah. Arsenal won yesterday. That was depressing, wasn't it? 5-0. No. Yeah. 5-0. Stat padding. Yucky, really. Especially when look, I don't want Tottenham to win ever, but I still found a way to enjoy Tottenham beating Man City 2-0 because you sort of place your energy into the rival losing rather than the Tottenham winning. I did make a video on it. Perfect opportunity. Second channel, daily content, different footballing content. It is about all non-Chelsea stuff, although I keep bringing up Chelsea. But still, if you're into it, do search Football Yannick on YouTube. I'm very close to 20,000 subs. I'm very grateful, as you would imagine. It's superb, and I talk about stuff like Man City being in trouble, which is fun. Yes, enough of that plugging, though. Yeah, I just quickly want to say about Arsenal, because 5 goals was annoying, wasn't it? Glockerez off the mark. To be fair to him, right, and I'm talking about Chelsea, but very, very quickly. To be fair to him, when he scored the second goal, which was a penalty, and he did his little Bane celebration, but then he turned to the camera, he flicked his hair. I love that kind of stuff, because obviously he saw the tweets, taking the mick out of him, in his first game for Arsenal, Victor Gyökeres, 0 shots, 0 goals, no take-ons completed, no recoveries, 4 hair flicks or whatever, they used to do it to Odegaard and stuff. So he scores the second goal, he goes to the camera, he does some hair flicks, top banter, and I'm here for it. It's the comical theatre of the Premier League. Right, so here we go. Or in the let's do it in the voice of Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Is that inappropriate? Oh well, we'll just let it float. Carney Chukwuemeka and Aaron Elsolmino to Borussia Dortmund. Das ist gut, mein Bruder? Question mark. Ich liebe das. Sebastian Stafford-Bloor of The Athletic writes the following. Borussia Dortmund are closing in on agreements to sign Chelsea pair Carney Chukwuemeka and Aaron Elsolmino. And, of course, we've since had the Mario 3 lines from the Italian journalist. Boop, 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 boop. Chukwuemeka is due to join the German club on a permanent deal, while Elsolmino, who's only 20, is set for a season-long loan, which does not include an option or obligation, which would indicate Chelsea rate him highly. This is me saying that, not Seb. So, by the way, it's like up to £25 million for Carnes, which actually, all things considered, in retrospect, the fact how there's a big sell-on clause is, say it quietly, relatively good business, even though there was a big investment on him. All things considered, I think that's okay. The duo have been given permission to travel to Germany to complete their moves. The transfer would see Chukwuemeka return to the club where he spent the second half of last campaign on loan, of course. The 21-year-old signed a 6-year deal at Chelsea in 2022 after moving to Villa. He played in 10 Bundesliga matches, winning 8 of them and scoring once. Yeah, I think they like him out there. And why wouldn't they? Carney is a great player. In the first half of last season, he made 5 appearances in the Conference League and the Carabao Cup. Can I just say, and I mean this in like a big complimentary way, Carney Chukwuemeka for me was giving Nathaniel Chalobah, the older of the Chalobah brothers, if you remember, and I mean that as in like playing in kind of in that number 10 pocket, operating in tight spaces, having a similar build. Remember that wicked assist he did for Victor Moses when he just turns into the back heel, literally hits it with the back heel, like does a half turn with the back heel and assists Moses and for an amazing goal. It was the most deliberate technical brilliance. Obviously Nat Chalobah didn't really ever live up to because he played at Napoli, so he spoke a bit of Italian when with Sarri and Conte. Was he around with Sarri? Anyway, I'm getting lost in the history of Chelsea, but yeah, I really think Carney could be a great player. The midfielder's loan agreement, he returned to Chelsea, yada yada yada, extended the cover of the duration of the Club World Cup, yada yada yada. Oh, Carney, he played with the Club World Cup. He played 4 matches in the United States, and they lost to Real Madrid. Carney Chukwuemeka has played 3 times for England at youth level, and appeared at the Under-23 World Cup. So Elsolmino joined Chelsea for Boca Juniors for £17 million, 1-7, significant from Boca Juniors as a young teenage centre-back. He is highly rated. Of course, we heard Maresca say he's a good boy, he's a good player, he needs to go play. I'll tell you what, mate, I said it in a recent video, if he goes to Dortmund to play Elsolmino, superb, mate. Do you know what I mean? That is great. Great platform. Top 5 league. Champions League football, if memory serves, they have qualified. So you'd have to say that represents a good move. I think so, anyway. Carney Chukwuemeka can become a superstar, says Seb Stafford-Bloor. I won't get into too much of the details of that, but he breaks down why he could be really good. I'm sure you all have your own opinions on him, but he can become really good. And because of that, not only did Chelsea recoup a good fee in the sell-on clause is really, really an important, pertinent, salient point here, because Dortmund, like I always say recently, they sell lots of players for huge profits. It's the platform selling club of the platform selling clubs. You know, they sell to Real Madrid, they sell to Barcelona, they sell to other big clubs. They sell to Man United, they sell to Man City, you know, and they make huge profits. So if you know, they spent 20, let's say the packet, let's just say it's 23 million quid they spend on Carney. If he does really well and a big boy comes calling and they sell for 65 million, 70, say in a couple of years of inflation, just say he goes for 70 million quid if he becomes the superstar he can be. We might have I think 40-50% sell-on clause. Huge money. Huge money. So good, great. Other than that, we are waiting. Look, these are more exits. Exits are important, of course, we know. And exits mean we can basically get Xavi Simons over the line, who wants Chelsea. We can get Garnacho over the line, who I think Maresca does probably think will be useful. Garnacho has been approached by Borussia Dortmund because they missed out on Eze. What is these clubs going, oh, we've missed out on this central attacking midfielder, so this left winger will come in and fill the void? No, why are they not profiling similar players? Even like Jackson and Kunku. It's not really like one or the other, is it? Like, what is your plan here? Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, Chelsea want to pay like... Look, again, if we get Garnacho for 25 million quid, very funny. Whether you like Garnacho or not, whether you think he's the guy or not, just signing him for 25 million quid will be funny from Man United. So let's hope that happens. And Xavi Simons, of course, will be significantly more, but he is dependent on, I think, just Nkunku going. A lot will happen at the end of the window, guys. Literally, so many of these deals are in the chamber, ready to be fired, yeah? So, literally, like, Nkunku, Jackson, the buying teams to Chelsea's players, they'll be waiting, sweating, finger over the button late in the window, solid, Jackson, Nkunku, bang, bang. And then Chelsea get on the blower and say, right, yep, Leipzig, go on, bring him over, bring Simons over now. And they'll obviously be integrated probably after the first international break. And similarly, Man United, with Garnacho, right, we'll give you 30 million quid, you lucky little sausages, bring him over. And there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Please do leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be very grateful to have them, as I will be. I'll gobble up your likes and subscriptions. Nom, 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 nom. So please do that. And if you are a fan of the content and you like listening to me ramble on, thank you. And come check out the second channel. Roll up, roll up. You finished the video. Go check out Football Yannick now. It's different locale. I'm in my living room with different hardware. Anyway, see you later.